New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Live from a secure concrete bunker somewhere in Ohio, New Thought Media Network presents Pastor Michael Mangus with Friday's Fireside Chat, spiritual conversation for today. Here he is from the secret radio room, surrounded by thousands of watts, Pastor Michael Mangus.
Good evening to one and all across the United States and also around the world. It is time once again for another fun-filled, thrill-packed, and always exciting edition of the Fireside Chat here on the New Thought Media Network. I am Pastor Michael Mangus, broadcasting from the secret radio room, surrounded, and I mean surrounded, by thousands and thousands of watts in a secure concrete bunker somewhere around the Akron, Ohio area that is so top secret that even Reverend Robert Brzezinski, our Chief Inspirational Officer here at the New Thought Media Network, he has no clue where it's located. Now, Robert said a few weeks ago, he said, "You're doing it from your home. We see the window in the background." Hey, you don't know. My concrete bunker may also have sunlight coming down into it. Anyhow, it's good to see everyone tonight. We do have a wonderful show, so please feel free to interact with us by posting your comment on Facebook. And also for all the shy people out there, again, if you'd like to email me, I'm at pastormichaelmangus@gmail.com, pastormichaelmangus@gmail.com. So the purpose of our Fireside Chat, our weekly gathering here on the New Thought Media Network, is to talk about contemporary issues from a New Thought perspective. And as I keep saying over and over again, I want us all to have a new thought about what is going on in the world. And again, you don't have to agree with me. We play the disclaimer every show. But the reason we do that is to let people know that, again, it's just my viewpoint, my opinion. If you have a differing viewpoint, hey, go for it. But I want us to start thinking about, if we are all one, as we say at our centers, either online or offline, around the world, if we're all one, then what is our part in bringing about a world that works for everyone? We all have a part to play here. And one of the things that we're encouraging people to do here on this show is to speak up, speak out, to take action on what you are getting, the inspired action that you're getting through the news, the inspired action that you're getting through this program and the other programs here on the New Thought Media Network. So in the second half of the show, we will have on as my special guest, producer extraordinaire, Diego Reyes, my producer here, about his shows here on the New Thought Media Network and our campaign to get volunteer producers for the network. I was talking to Reverend Robert today, and we are in need of getting 10 people trained by the end of September. So that's one of our projects. That's one of our intentions that we're sending out here. So we'll be talking to Diego Reyes, my producer here, about 30 to 35 after the hour. I hope you are enjoying your summer here in the United States. And again, wherever that you're located here. I know in the West, they are getting baked. Wow. Over 100-degree temperatures every single day. Well, we here in Ohio are having a mix of hot and also spring-like days. So it isn't that far away from fall and much cooler temperatures here. So enjoy it while you can here in the Midwest, because I guarantee there's going to be that white flaky stuff of which I'm not allowed to say before November the 1st. If I do, I get docked $1,000 from the New Thought Media Network because it's a swear word. Anyhow, we start off the news this evening with coverage of the Surfside, Florida condo collapse. This is from CNN. Another 14 victims were recovered from the Champlain Towers South collapse site overnight, bringing the number of confirmed fatalities to 78. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava said on Friday, "This is a staggering and heartbreaking number that affects all of us very, very deeply," the mayor did tell reporters. At least 47 victims have been identified and next of kin notified. And also, I know that they've been having funerals down in the Miami area. The mayor also added, with 200 residents accounted for and 62 still potentially missing. Experts from the National Institute of Standards and Technology, also known as NIST, N-I-S-T, including the agency's physical measurement laboratory, have made significant progress in tagging and transporting more than 200 pieces of forensic evidence in search of clues into the cause of the collapse, according to Levine Cava. The mayor says that 60 trucks a day have hauled away 13 million pounds of concrete and debris from the site. One of the congresswomen representing the Miami area says dozens of families have lost loved ones or lost everything that they had as they escaped the collapse. And U.S. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz promised federal assistance on Thursday to help both piece back shards of their lives that have been blown apart. When the cameras are turned off and when the hard work begins to make sure that the recovery for not only those who have been lost, but the families who have lost everything, we will make sure that that pathway is as smooth as possible. The Democratic Congresswoman says she will be working at the very most personal level with my constituents to see how we can help them just to get through the overwhelming bureaucracy that this tremendously tragedy has represented. So when you, if you have federal funds available in certain areas, sometimes getting those federal funds to either rebuild your lives or to replace what you have, sometimes can be quite complicated. So I'm glad the Congresswoman is stepping in to help. Wasserman Schultz says that no budgets for such an imaginable, unprecedented tragedy like this. No one plans for the kind of response that is necessary. So making sure that we stay in this for the long haul is going to be absolutely essential, she added. And some needs can be met by adding to the federal budget, and others may require emergency supplemental appropriations bills, that she said. Third week in a row mentioning this. Again, the search and rescue teams have had many obstacles to overcome here in the past several weeks, including the hurricane, which bypassed them, but they still got rain and winds that, from what I understand, did hamper the rescue attempt. And it is taking a toll on them, on all the search and rescue people down there. So our prayers for comfort and healing go to all of our friends in the Miami area. I know that we have several New Thought communities in and around that area. And again, if there's any way that we can help here at New Thought Media Network, please get in contact with us. prayer@ntmedia.org and also info@ntmedia.org. Let us know how we can specifically help you down there in the Miami area. So how we help out in situations like this is with our consciousness and also with our money. So again, when dealing with personal, national, and world tragedies, I leave the why to the authorities to figure out, like the National Institute of Standards and Technology. Let them figure out why it happened. Personally, I like asking how and what questions, like how can I help, or how can I be supportive? Another empowering question is to ask what is mine to do to help. And when hit with personal tragedies, a question I ask myself after feeling sad or angry is, what can I learn out of this that will benefit my life now and in the future? That's an extremely important question. It's not what happens to us that makes the difference. It is what we do with it, the residual that we take on. So again, that question is, what can I learn out of this that will benefit my life now and in the future? As I said last week, blaming God or deity for tragic situations like this doesn't help at all in the overall healing and growth. Again, like I asked last week, what if God had nothing to do with this? So when the shift hits the fan, I ask myself, how can I be supportive of the overall community? It's not just the family and friends of those who died and are injured that are affected. It's everyone in the Miami area. It's all the people living in those condos. Even the one that's next door that is deemed safe. Still, there's a lot of fear going on in the Miami area. So we pray for their comfort. We pray for their peace. And we pray for their resilient attitude, that they can come out of this somehow or another better than going in. All right. Good to have you aboard this evening. This is the Friday evening Fireside Chat here on the New Thought Media Network. I am Pastor Michael Mangus, and our guest for the second half of the program will be New Thought Media's very own producer extraordinaire, Diego Reyes, who hosts his own show on Saturday evening, Spirits That Sing, and also he is our lead producer. So we're going to be sharing with you some ideas on how you can be involved here at the New Thought Media Network as we start Operation Production, Operation Producer, as we intend for 10 new people to learn how to do StreamYard, the broadcasting software that we use to produce programs, and also that you get the opportunity of helping other people produce their programs. So that's coming up here in a few moments here on the New Thought Media Network. The calls for reform in policing is still in the news. Updated today, charges against one of the two siblings arrested in South Carolina have been dropped. An officer now charged in the arrest has apologized. Charges have been dropped for one of the two brothers arrested in South Carolina last month, authorities say, while an officer involved has been fired and charged with assault in a case that prompted outrage after videos of the arrest surfaced on social media. That is our most powerful weapon in calling all of this stuff that has happened for years. That's the most powerful thing that we have, is that camera that we call our cell phone. Going on with the article, it says that Travis Price had his charge of hindering police dropped on Thursday and his record expunged, according to his attorney. Travis Price had been told that he was under arrest for interfering and physically contacting officers during the incident in Rock Hill on June 23rd, when his brother Ricky Price was placed under arrest following a traffic stop. Meanwhile, now former Rock Hill police officer Jonathan Moreno has been charged with third-degree assault and battery in connection with his confrontation with Travis Price, said Kevin Brackett, who is the solicitor for a judicial circuit that includes York County. An investigation followed Moreno's interaction with Travis Price. It violated department policy, citing his failure to de-escalate the situation, Rock Hill Police Chief Chris Watts said at a news conference. In fact, he escalated the situation, the police chief said. That's the reason why we need to send everyone back to training here. Many of these situations that has happened over the past year could have been circumvented by the police officer de-escalating what was happening. Investigator Moreno's actions were not in accordance to the police department's values or expectations, Watts said. Based on the totality of Investigator Moreno's actions, his employment has been terminated. Moreno attended Thursday's news conference before handing himself over to jail for booking. During it, he apologized to Travis Price, saying he wished my emotions did not get the best of me. My choice of words do not define my character. I sincerely apologize for what you've experienced. What occurred is not out of my character, Moreno said. As a man, a father, and a former police officer, being held accountable is the only rule, and I am no exception. I am here to be held accountable for my actions. The incident began when officers from the Rock Hill Police Department Violent Crimes Unit and an agent from the Department of Homeland Security pulled Ricky Price over for an illegal turn and also a lane change while surveilling him, according to a June statement from the Rock Hill Police. And again, I did not see why the Department of Homeland Security was after him. Again, we'll probably learn that here in the future. Ricky Price pulled into a gas station where the police said he called his brother, Travis Price, from inside the car. Police found 2 bags of marijuana hidden in the driver's door panel and a 9mm pistol in the backseat of the car, according to the statement. Officers later found a bag containing crack cocaine where Ricky Price was seated. Ricky Price was placed into handcuffs and placed under arrest, the police said, but Travis Price tried to get close to his brother to reach for belongings that officers were removing from Ricky Price during his arrest. Travis Price, this is in quotes now, used his body to bump the officers backward, police said in a June statement. Travis Price was told by the police that he was under arrest for interfering and physically contacting officers, according to the police. And officers pushed him against a large gas tank only after he shoved them and would not put his hands behind the back. In the video, one officer can be seen apparently punching Ricky Price as they struggled on the ground. According to the police, the officer was punching his upper thigh. But when that didn't work, the officer hit him in the nose, causing him to bleed. The women who shot the video can be heard saying that Ricky Price was tased, but the police say that officers did not deploy any weapons or use tasers on either man. In a statement, Bamberg, who is the attorney representing Ricky Price, rejected Watts' allegations that his client was fighting officers, saying that Ricky Price was never resisting arrest. Once Moreno started unlawfully acting, using force on Travis, things changed, Bamberg said. To say Ricky was actively fighting officers is just law enforcement's way of trying to bury him to make up for their own pitfalls on the scene. Bamberg also said that Ricky was attempting to help his baby brother, who at the time was being attacked by a now former officer who already has acknowledged his own wrongdoing and was jailed for assault and battery. The incident is being investigated by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. So when I comment on police reform, yours truly is accused of not supporting our men and women in blue. That is the farthest thing from the truth here. I have known many police officers, both black and white, over the years. Law enforcement is an extremely tough job. Just ask the police chaplains, who are also Center for Spiritual Living ministers. My call is for this: for a colorless enforcement of the law. The challenge here right now is that black males and females are more likely to be injured or killed when pulled over for something as basic as a bastion traffic light or a bastion tail light. Myself and other ministers within CSL, Unity and other New Thought communities, as well as many other faith communities, are demanding wholesale change in how law enforcement is conducted in this country and in others. We need to start using the word peace officers again instead of law enforcement. There are some duties that need to be taken away from our men and women in blue, such as mental health calls and also domestic calls, which would be handled by individuals who were not only police officers, but also trained social workers. In small towns and villages who have a police department, extra training needs to be implemented. Stricter rules of engagement need to also be put into place, such as this one: not to use legal or lethal force except when absolutely necessary. So an example of this is bail enforcement. The bounty hunters, from my information, rarely use lethal force except when fired upon. Why? Because all they want to do is return the individual to jail for skipping bail. The use of tasers and also other non-lethal forms of control need to be used first before using your firearm. Where is the use of the martial arts with nerve points employed when someone is so-called resisting arrest? There are other ways of handling this other than taking out your gun and shooting someone. As I said in the past, all of our New Thought communities, every single one of us, can offer nonviolence and also de-escalation classes to the community. We all have the tools to be able to do that. And how about this? How about stress reduction classes to your local law enforcement and also first responders? That's something we can do. That's something that we can offer our men and women in blue. So when is your community scheduled yours? It's not only praying for peace and justice in our communities, it's also being peace and justice by keeping up the pressure on lawmakers here to make the changes necessary. And this is how that we're going to be able to have a world that does work for everyone. All right. Again, welcome this evening. This is the Friday evening Fireside Chat here on the New Thought Media Network. In a few moments, we will have on producer extraordinaire, Diego Reyes, and who will be explaining a little bit about his program, Spirit Says Sing, which is a featured program here on the New Thought Media Network on Saturday evenings at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, here on the New Thought Media Network. So Diego will be up here in a few moments. COVID-19 is still in the news here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but Pfizer says it's seemingly waning immunity from its vaccine and is picking up efforts to develop a booster shot. But the FDA and CDC says Americans don't need another dose yet. Now, again, that there's conflicting news reports about that, saying that the stock in both Pfizer and also Moderna has gone down because that mRNA, the technology that they use, they're seeing that maybe the shot lasts for a lifetime. So because they can't use it more and make more money, the stock went down. How about that? CDC today also updated its COVID-19 school guidance to emphasize in-person schooling is a priority this fall, regardless of whether all mitigation measures can be implemented. And also the Delta variant is spreading in parts of the U.S. with low vaccination rates, with the CDC Director Rochelle Walensky calling the rapid rise troubling. The bottom line is this, I have a couple more stories but from CNN about this, but the bottom line is this. What they're seeing is that 99.9% of the people being admitted to the ICUs have not been vaccinated. 99.9%. And once again this week, my anti-vaxxer friend, who I talked about last week on Facebook, called me names. They called me an experiment and also a guinea pig. I've been called a lot worse, okay? Oh, Diego has been called a lot worse too? Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. As I pointed out to her, the vaccines have been shown effective in preventing death and also hospitalizations. Where is the uptick on where the Delta variant is being spread? Of course, in the states, where they haven't, put that up again, Diego. I want to comment on that. It's in the states where, again, that they've had lower vaccination rates, usually under 30%. So Diego wrote this. It says, no, you've been called worse by me. Oh. The views and opinions expressed are those of Diego Reyes and not those of the New Thought Media Network, its advertisers, sponsors, or anyone else. All right. So getting back to this. So the uptick has been in areas where there is a percentage of people who are not vaccinated here. So by as many people getting vaccinated, and this is being said over and over again by Dr. Fauci and also other health experts, they've been saying that we need to eradicate COVID by getting vaccinated so that it doesn't mutate into anything else. For all my anti-vaxxers out there, again, check the science on this. Again, I support everyone in getting vaccinated unless told otherwise by your family doctor. The vaccines that we have are a life-giving gift that's given to us so that we can get back to normal, whatever that is, as soon as possible. And again, I did point out to my anti-vaxxer friend that much of the misinformation is coming from foreign sources wanting to sow discord among us in the United States. Your decision, whether or not to get vaccinated or not, that's your decision. However, I would support you in making it from facts and not fear. Getting vaccinated is a moral, ethical, and spiritual issue, even talked about by the Catholic Church and Pope Francis. By being vaccinated, we stop disease so that others don't get it. Again, I'm not telling you to go get vaccinated. That's not my job here. I'm just highly supporting you to weigh the facts with the fiction that's out there before not getting one or two simple shots in your arm. We would like to wish happy birthday to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who's celebrating his 86th birthday. Happy birthday to the Dalai Lama. He had something pretty funny. He said on Tuesday, a small celebration attended by mostly government officials was held at the Central Tibetan Administration. The Dalai Lama's video message was played on a screen, followed by a cultural performance by the Tibetan Institute of Performing Arts. And usually the spiritual leader's birthday is a fairly elaborate affair in the town, open to members of the public who flock to his temple where the performances are held. And sometimes the Dalai Lama makes an appearance. This year, due to the coronavirus pandemic, which is really still taking its toll on the Indian people, the celebrations were muted and behind closed doors, but a banner marking his birthday hung in the town square, and Tibetan monks distributed sweets and juice to passerbys outside the closed temple. Wasn't that nice? Get this. He says, many people really show they love me, and many people actually love my smile, the Dalai Lama said with a smile at the start of the video. And in spite of my old age, my face is quite handsome, he said with a laugh. Oh, how great is that? Happy birthday to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, 86 years young. Well, we're going to do some announcements, and then we will go to a break, and then we'll be back with the world famous and ever popular Diego Reyes of the New Thought Media Network. However, now the announcements. Yours truly is parking himself right now at Summit CSL. For more information, go to summitcsl.org. There you will find all kinds of wonderful information about our wonderful Sunday gathering, online at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time. So grab your cup of coffee, your tea, your espresso, your boba tea, and join us. I really believe that we have one of the best services in New Thought. So to get on the Zoom call, all you need to do is, all the information is on summitcsl.org. Please join us on Sundays. It's absolutely a wonderful service. This Sunday, we will continue our series on the spiritual quality of power with yours truly, Pastor Michael, giving the message. So please go to summitcsl.org for more information. Also, our service is simulcast on the Summit Spiritual Center of Akron Facebook page, and our Facebook page also as past broadcast of the world famous and ever popular Fireside Chat, and yours truly, when he's praying on the New Thought Media Network, is a part of the prayer team, which will be tonight at 10:15 Eastern, 8:15 Mountain Time here on the New Thought Media Network. The one thing that everyone can do here is this: share the Fireside Chat to your Facebook page and other spiritual New Thought groups that you are involved in. And that goes for any one of the programs that we have here on the New Thought Media Network. And again, for more information, if you don't know how to do that, send me an email, pastormichaelmangus@gmail.com, and I'll get you more information about that. I'm currently open for individual practitioner sessions. My Sunday morning schedule of speaking is starting to book up. Good for that. And also I do wonderful ceremonies. So again, email me at pastormichaelmangus@gmail.com for more information. I got 8 pages of announcements this week from Reverend Robert. So we would be here past the prayer time. So if you would like our current schedule, please go on our website, and that's ntmedia.org, ntmedia.org. And again, we do appreciate your support here. We're putting together the budget here for 2022, and we will be telling you more about our fundraising effort here in the next few weeks. But you don't have to wait for that. If you're watching this tonight, please consider giving a generous donation to New Thought Media Network. We have doors that are opening that we can't even tell you about on the air yet. And that your financial support helps us to go through those doors. We're in need of upgrades in many of our software, many of the things that we're doing here. And again, all of the money goes to getting this powerful message to the world. So again, you get that double blessing, that blessing of giving, and that also that blessing of knowing that your gift goes to affect another person. You may not meet that person, but their appreciation is there for this life-giving teaching, this practical spirituality. So again, ntmedia.org/donate. We're looking for individuals to partner with us at $25 or more per month. And we just really, really appreciate that, because that really helps stabilize our budget. All right, enough of me. Let's go to the break here. This is the Friday evening Fireside Chat here on the New Thought Media Network.
New Thought Media Network is on the rise. We're looking to grow with you. Do you have technical media experience, or perhaps a desire to learn? Are you willing to volunteer your precious time and attention? We share this message to benefit all. If you possess a computer with a camera and a microphone, we will share our knowledge with you. Behind the scenes or being the star, let us bless our one. Contact us at info@ntmedia.org.
The views and opinions expressed by Pastor Michael Mangus are generally right. However, they are his own and do not reflect the views and opinions of New Thought Media Network, Centers for Spiritual Living, or any other person living or dead. As they say in the 12-Step Recovery Program, take what you like and leave the rest. Here again is Pastor Michael.
I'm trying to make Diego smile in the background. Well, it is my pleasure to welcome this evening my producer, Diego Reyes, who has a wonderful show here on the New Thought Media Network. And we need to have a little talk with our audience this evening, don't we, Diego?
Well, yeah, I think that sounds good. We need more participation.
Well, let's talk about you. How did you ever end up with this?
Let's talk about your
network?
place here. I like this. This is a very nice. I love this little living room here.
Oh, you do? Well, thank you.
Very cozy, and
we try to keep the fire burning here on the New Thought.
What is
Media
this that
Network.
we're reading up here? What are these books?
They're probably a lot like the books
A
I
lot
have
of science
here.
of mind reading. I imagine a lot of Ernest Holmes.
Oh, well, mine are. I can tell you that one. So, Diego, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved in this crazy pirate TV scheme that we call the New Thought Media Network?
I'm not really sure how you got it roped in, but I kind of think I followed the suit. I saw, as the pandemic began, I believe I saw on Facebook this post of this new network, New Thought Media Network, was doing these. A friend of mine on Facebook, Rev Robert Brzezinski, is doing. So I sent him a little message as to, hey, I've got video editing experience. If you ever have any need of help editing something together, putting a promo together or something, feel free to get in touch with me. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. Well, I kind of volunteered my way into learning how to do the broadcasting on StreamYard. He said, hey, would you like to learn this new software that we're using called StreamYard? And there you go. It all started out with the real conversations. I started editing the podcasts that New Thought Media Network does, the real conversations with various New Thought artists. I loved it. What a great exposure to some new talents and artists. Yeah, that's how it all got started, and from there he saw that I was enjoying it and kept asking me, will you do this? Oh, sure, I'll do that. Just living in service, just living who I am.
How wonderful. Living Siva.
There you go.
Selfless service. How wonderful. So tell us about your show on Saturday evenings.
It's every Saturday night. I just started this year, at the beginning of the year. I've decided I wanted to. I've been a karaoke disc jockey, in some sort of disc jockey in one fashion or another most of my life, and I thought, well, I'd kind of like to bring a little bit of my know-how there and how I like to offer a stage, a platform for talent to come in and express themselves however they mean. So I've offered to Rev Robert every Saturday, why don't I open up the stage for all the listeners out there and let them come in and join us in the studio. And so that's what I actually do. Spirit Says Sing, we actually put the studio link in the show description once we go live. We'll also put it in the comments. People will join us in the studio. Tomorrow night, really excited. Every week I have a special guest that I like to focus on. Somebody that has said that they will be there for the whole hour of the show. But tomorrow we have a great musician, Deb Chamberlain is going to be our special guest. And I want to say thank you, Pastor Michael, because you often come on and start us off with a prayer, help me press some of the buttons in the background. I've learned through all the shows that I help co-produce here at New Thought Media Network that it always works better if you have somebody in the background clicking the switches, pressing the buttons here and there.
And I'm still learning, though.
Well,
understand that I have not,
me as well.
Yeah. Well, understand that I have not. I still have my intern's license. So
you and I both.
we
plug along. We have a good time, I think, every week, just like we do here.
Well, that's again. I think that if you don't have a good time, I think that you're doing, but again, I don't want to, like when I give the news, I don't want it to be all, down. I just want us to, again, to be thinking about some other things, but that doesn't mean that in the process that we can't have fun here. So
I'd love a little bit more exposure to the good vibe news,
Well,
How many planes and train wrecks do we need to hear about every year?
Now, well, I don't do that kind of,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insinuate that that's anything coming from you. No,
I
in
really,
general media.
Yeah, well, I think that we, the comment that I get about the show is at least we have another perspective on it, maybe that we didn't think about. And again, like you said before, with playing the disclaimer, the views and opinions expressed are those of my own. But I want us, again, to all start thinking about other ways that, again, that we can use the news rather than be used by it. So I think that that's one of the things, again, because this is what I notice. Individuals will go ahead and they'll, turn the news on. For goodness sakes, everyone, do not watch the news at 11 o'clock before you go to sleep. That is really not a good idea. Do not fall asleep with the news on. You don't want to be taking that stuff into your sleep time. I really, again, support people in having some quiet music on, meditation, something, again, to be able to end your day on a good, positive scale. And for those of you who want to, one of the better things to do is to watch our time of prayer every night at 10:15 Eastern time and also 8:15 Mountain time here on the New Thought Media Network. Again, it's a wonderful way.
And that's in the morning and in the evening.
8:15 in the morning and 8:15
in the PM. That's right.
Lots of really good programs. Okay, let's get down to business.
Yes.
So I was talking to Robert today, Reverend Robert Brzezinski, our Chief Inspirational Officer. And one of the things that we are going to need here, especially in the next 3 months, is we need to train 10 volunteer producers to assist and to help out the communities that are coming on board, the hosts that are coming on board with us here at the New Thought Media Network. We really want to get away from people self-producing their programs. Now, again, morning and evening prayer maybe, but everyone else, though, it just goes a lot better when you have someone in the background punching the buttons, using the mouse, and doing
more of a
everything
production
else.
value. Exactly. Definitely. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So we're looking for 10, we're putting out there for 10 people. And again, media experience. Yes, we're looking for 10 people.
Maybe if you have media experience, that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, if you have media
experience. Not, I'll show you what I do.
And it really, and again, take it from yours truly. Again, I'm more comfortable in front of a microphone.
We got to keep this guy entertained. This guy's always tuning into our show. I love Wayne. Wayne's always got the best comments.
Yes.
He's one of my most devoted commenters. I love Wayne. Hello out there in Calgary, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne, why don't you consider being a producer for us? Okay, we're offering it to you.
I kind of hinted that to him.
On the air. We'll show you everything that you need to know. And then you'll really be in the crowd here at the New Thought Media Network.
Sorry about that, Wayne. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, Wayne, we are putting Wayne on the spot. Oh, we love you, Wayne. We love your comments. But again, as I was saying, I'm more comfortable with this than I am being in front of video. And so it's only been like within the past couple of years in which I've been incorporating video more into my ministry. So I think that
I agree with that because, like I said, I've been a DJ most of my life, so I've always been back. You haven't seen anything, and now all of a sudden, people are calling me a producer. Wow, how did that happen? I woke up one morning and I was a video producer.
Out of the blue.
There you go.
It was really funny, and I was thinking about that earlier. We had meetings here a couple of weekends ago, and it was interesting. All the ex-disc jockeys who are now ministers
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
Old disc jockeys never die. All they do is they go into ministry. There you go. But anyhow,
Sort it out in the pitch. Sort it out in the pitch.
Sort out in the pitch. Okay, we will, Wayne. Thank you. Wayne's one of those guys that keeps us in line here. But seriously, though, we really are looking, and again, you do not have to have any type of media experience. All you need is a computer, a camera, and a microphone. And if you don't have those, we'll share with you how you can get those. I just think that this thing, StreamYard, is a lot easier. Now, again, my wizard producer over whatever, he's over there.
Do you
over
want me
there?
Here, you want me to switch? I can switch.
No, over
sides if
there.
that makes it
He's
easier
over
to
there. Okay. So, yeah. What? Over.
Oh,
See,
now you go back over there.
Okay,
There you
whatever.
go.
So, if I can learn how to do this, you can. And that, again, it's easier than you think. And that you would really help us in being able to attract other hosts and also other spiritual communities to have us do their Sunday programming and also the programming during the week. However, that we need more people willing to step up and to help us produce. We have an overflow of talent on air.
And like I say in that promo, I made that little promo trying to seek some more volunteers. And it just says in there, the main thing is a desire to learn. If you want to learn to do this, that's the main thing we're looking for.
And also, I'd like to put out a kind of a call to all of my ministerial student colleagues out there at Holmes Institute, especially. If you're also in Unity, please, and need some practicum time. We have a wonderful way of you getting your media hours through New Thought Media Network, okay? We don't have you just go get coffee like some of these media internships do. Like if you're with the like a college or university, they usually send out the intern for coffee and donuts. Not this one.
No, I got a list of things I could ask you to do.
Yes, we will put you on working with actual people, okay, and get you helping on the air more likely within a day or so. So this you get hands-on training here that you would not normally get either at your center or anywhere else. Well, we have that offer here of it's an unpaid internship, but I'm going to tell you something. We're going to put a lot of time and energy into you so that by the time that you're done, that you can run StreamYard.
Definitely good looks good on a resume, if nothing else. And
Go ahead.
We'll get access to a lot of really cool T-shirts.
Like in the flow. Tell us if that's a show that you do produce. Tell us about Reverend Skip's show.
Yeah, Friday morning. On Friday, actually, it's earlier this morning. I do your show in the evening, Friday evenings, and the Friday mornings I do a show called In the Flow with Rev Skip Jennings from Los Angeles. He's an old friend of mine from Agape when I studied out there with Michael Beckwith. He is now a reverend from Agape, and he was doing a Facebook Live, pretty dedicated, pretty weekly, called, what was it? Something, Conscious Conversations. That's what it was. He was doing a pretty good job doing it all himself, and I got in touch with him. I said, hey, we got a network over here. I could help you do this. I'll help do some promos and everything. And he came over. Now he's one of the best, I think one of my favorite shows here on New Thought Media Network. Today we had an older friend of mine from the Love Mob out there in LA, Preston Smiles. And that's another thing here at New Thought Media Network. If anybody ever wants to see old shows, one of my duties that I do here for New Thought Media Network is I always keep our YouTube channel playlists organized. If you go to YouTube and look up New Thought Media Network, when you find our channel, you'll see a button that says playlists, and that gives you every show. If you want to just catch any past episode of one of the shows, just pull it up. Real easy peasy.
And again, we're doing such good work out there. We get cards and letters. We get emails about all people contacting us from across the world saying that they're really inspired and blessed by our programming.
Yeah, I love
and that, again, that we're at that point of growth where we need volunteers to help us produce not only the shows that we have, but also to help produce the shows that are coming up. So again, we will invest in you when you come and be trained by us. And you'll have a lot of fun too, because we laugh a lot.
Yes, we do have a lot of fun.
Yes, this is not a boring media internship. I can guarantee you that. This will be something that, again, is life-changing. Or the other thing too, you don't have to be a ministerial student, but again, anyone with the interest to learn more and to be of service. See, you are in service to the world when you help us. You really do serve the world through New Thought Media Network. So,
and that is one of the most valuable ways of giving is your attention, is what you're paying. If you'll pay attention to us, we'll pay attention to you. What I love about this New Thought Media Network is that we're trying to build a network for us, with all of us, everybody that watches.
And especially, my intention is to attract the spiritual, not religious crowd, which represents 60 to 70% of people out there who do not want anything to do with organized religion. And I get that. But again, the spiritual path is one that you don't have to take alone. There's other people to help you.
I resemble that remark. That was me.
That was you.
I consider myself a very spiritual person, but I guess I go as bold as say I was rather anti-religion.
Well, you don't have to. No, hey, not a problem here. Well, you're telling me mentally it's time to wrap up.
I am.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, you're telling me mentally. You're saying, Michael, it's time to wrap it up here. So,
see, and that's something else that I'm really wanting to work here at New Thought Media Network is we're working on our telepathy.
Yes, very much so.
We are all superhumans.
We're all of us. All right, Diego Reyes, producer extraordinaire. Thank you so very much for being on our program. And
thanks
again,
for having me on, Pastor Michael.
If you would like more information, go to info@ntmedia.org, info@ntmedia.org. And please, again, to send us an email. We would love to help assist you in your...
Let us co-create together.
Let us co-create together.
Yes.
Thank you, Diego.
Come check us out on Saturday nights. Pastor Michael's there with me, too. We have a lot of fun on Spirit Says Sing every Saturday at 6.
And 8 o'clock Eastern here on the New Thought Media Network. Thank you, Diego. Just wanted to say hello and... good night to everyone here from all of us here at the New Thought Media Network. Again, I will be back at 10:15 Eastern Time, 8 o'clock or 8:15 Mountain Time here for evening prayer. But until that time, Pastor Michael and also producer extraordinaire Diego Reyes wishing you a very pleasant good evening.
Thanks for joining us this evening for Friday's Fireside Chat with Pastor Michael Mangus. Join us again next week at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain for more spiritual conversations for today. For more information and replays of past shows, please visit the New Thought Radio and Media Network's Facebook page. Until next week, may God bless you richly and abundantly.